It is September 6th, 2018. That is my 2014 Honda Shadow Aero 750. And that is my 2014 Suzuki Boulevard S40. I just got it back. It's been waiting for parts since June, and it seems to be repaired properly, which is a relief. Turns out when I crashed it last year, I bent the axle, the rear axle. Oh, the wasps are just aggressive this time of year. I bent that belt pulley, and apparently I bent the rim too. So they had to order a new rim, and new spokes, and re-stitch it together. The original rim had some corrosion in it, so I'm hoping maybe I'll get some warranty for that. I don't know. It is certainly worth a try. Anyway, this is my comparison video, really. The similarities: they're both cruisers. They're both made in Japan. Different manufacturers. One's Honda, one's Suzuki. They're both great bikes. They have similar ride, actually. Not a huge difference. I put these Michelin Commander 2s on my S40, and they make it a little bit stiffer ride. But they track really well. They grip the road very nicely. They corner. They give you all kind of confidence in the corners. Just, I got to admit, I'm glad to get my S40 back. I was really missing it because it's getting cooler around here, and it's nice to have a windshield. Eventually I'll get a small windshield for my Shadow, probably one identical to the one that's on my S40. So I don't really want a big windshield. The Shadow is water and air cooled, which is kind of a neat feature. They both have 5-speed transmissions, 1 down, 4 up. Shifting comparison, I'd have to say the Honda shifts possibly a little smoother. Yeah, it does. As far as power, they're in a similar ballpark. I think the S40 will actually beat the Shadow off the line, but I believe the Shadow would probably take over in top end. It probably has a higher top speed, maybe 10 or 20 kilometers per hour faster. The Shadow is definitely louder exhaust. At first I thought maybe someone had put aftermarket pipes on it, but I went to the Honda shop and they confirmed, no, those are the factory unmodified pipes. So at first I didn't like it because I was used to the quietness of the S40, but I've kind of gotten used to it, and I kind of actually like it. I think it does maybe make people notice you a little more when you're alongside people in traffic. They're less likely to pull into your lane because they actually can hear you. I have had situations like that on my S40 but I'm not going to make it louder. I like it quieter. It's kind of nice. I can start the S40, and if I'm talking with somebody, you don't even have to raise your voice. You can continue talking in the same level, which is kind of nice, actually, you know. You can still talk with a Honda running, but you have to raise your voice a tad. As far as looks go, I think they're both great looking bikes. I like both color schemes. I just know I'm going to watch this later and think, oh, why didn't I mention this? Why didn't I mention that? I'm more familiar with the S40, like I do my own oil changes, and I'm going to change my air filter soon. It's due. I haven't done any of that with a Honda yet. It's a ways off from its first oil change, for me anyway. The previous owner did it once. I haven't done it yet. Yeah, it's kind of surprising how many similarities there is, you know. I mean, even though one's belt drive, one's shaft drive, if I had to say my favorite thing, what is my favorite thing? I think just the styling of the S40, like the overall, altogether styling, the way it looks from all angles, I think it's just a really great looking bike. The Honda also is a very great looking bike, but my favorite feature, hands down, about this Honda is that taillight. That just works for me. They both get about 55 to 60 miles per gallon. The Shadow has a slightly larger tank, 14.7 liters. The Boulevard is 12.7. So the Honda has probably around a 320 kilometer range. The Suzuki has 280 to 300 kilometer range. I'll have to confirm that. I will in time. The weight difference is dramatic. The Suzuki weighs 385 wet with a full tank of gas. The Honda is 560 pounds, so it's 175 pounds heavier. I think the seat might be a tad lower on the Honda, maybe just an inch. The Boulevard's got a 27-inch seat, and the Honda is 25 and a half. I think what is going to happen is I'll be using the Honda for longer trips, longer road trips. I definitely wouldn't be afraid to take the Suzuki on a long road trip. Yeah. I'll be able to go eeny, meeny, miny, mo, and I might have a hard time making up my mind. Probably depends who I'm riding with and what they're riding too. You would think the Suzuki M50 or C50 might be a better comparison with the Honda, but I'll tell you why I don't think so, is because where I live, the insurance is cheaper if they're under 750cc. The Honda is actually 745cc, whereas the Suzuki is 652cc. It seems to have a slight advantage with the power to weight ratio. You know, that extra 175 pounds makes a big difference. I would say the seat is slightly more comfortable on the Honda, probably a little better for long rides. But it's kind of hard for me to tell because I broke my tailbone last year when I crashed, and it's still not quite right. I can ride for about an hour and then I'm sore. So anyway, hopefully that'll mend up and be normal again, so that I can ride pain-free once again. Oh, the other interesting thing about these bikes, they both burn regular, no problem. Recommended by manufacturer, by Honda. It says that Honda engines are specifically designed to give optimum performance on regular gasoline, regular grade gasoline. The Boulevard, it says that I think the minimum is 87 octane, which is regular. But I've put high test in there, and I can't really tell the difference. I'm told high test runs cooler in hot weather, burns cooler. I don't know if that's true. I've also heard a lot of gas stations just sell you regular and charge more as if you're getting high test, but you're not. I think that does happen. I'm using AMSOIL 1040 metric in my S40, but with the Honda I was recommended to use just the Honda regular oil, not to use AMSOIL. Apparently the regular oil makes the bike run quieter, so maybe after my next oil change on my S40 I'll try the not synthetic but for bikes and see if I actually notice that, if it actually does run quieter. I do my oil changes every 5,000 K. With the Honda, from what I saw on the maintenance schedule, it says you can go a little longer, like to 8,000, but I don't know about that. I think I'd feel better kind of staying on top of it. I want these bikes to last a long time. Problem-free. So maybe this is the only Suzuki S40 and Honda Shadow 750 comparison, because I looked online and I couldn't find one. So maybe I'm first, which is kind of cool. Yeah, if I had to choose just one of these bikes, well, I'm just glad I don't have to choose. I get to keep both of them. That's the best. And that's all for today.